There's on, dude. Give it to me, please.
My word, well, we just said about the sliding.
Tennis has to be one of the most exciting sports to watch. In most of the matches, there's always some exciting moments, especially at the very top of the game. Besides those great points that might happen, every once in a while there are some atypical situations that occur on the court. In this video, we are not only going to look at outstanding points, but also at some moments that, if I didn't show to you right now, you wouldn't believe they actually happened. Let's start with a few serves, and what better person to serve than Riley Opelka, right? In 2019, during his second round match at the Millennium Estoril Open against Monfils, the weather conditions were terrible. It was extremely windy. However, that's not something a serve bot like Opelka can't use to his favor. Riley hit an ace that went directly over Monfils' head. Taking advantage of his venomous kick serve spin, he hit it nowhere near his maximum speed, but gave it a good dose of spin. Combined with the strong wind was something unique that we don't see too often. Both players had a good laugh after it happened. After all, it was a hilarious situation. Great camaraderie between them both. Windy conditions seem to provide us with some special moments. On this occasion, it was once again a very peculiar serve, maybe even more unusual than Riley Opelka's shot we just saw. Maxime Cressy was playing fellow American Christopher Eubanks in the first round of the 2022 BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, a place that is known for its windy conditions. On that day, Cressy hit what is known as the slowest ace in tennis history. Have a look. Not only did he completely shank the ball, but due to the wind, it took a weird trajectory that made it impossible for Eubanks to reach. Have you ever seen anything similar? A situation that has happened a bit more regularly is what happened to Stefanos Tsitsipas in 2021 while playing the ATP 500 event in Hamburg. Playing his quarterfinal match against Filip Krajinovic, as he tried to return a serve, this happened.
Whoa.
Even though this was not the first time I had seen this, it doesn't cease to impress me how those things can happen. If anyone from Wilson is watching, don't worry. It's not only your rackets that have these issues. Something very similar happened to Robert Farah in Rome in 2018. He didn't even hit the ball. His racket broke just as he was swinging. Yes, it even happens to the best racket brands. Another one we've seen a few times but is still amazing is one of Djokovic's signature moves. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure you'll recognize it as soon as you see it.
He holds. Back to opening set.
Novak is a man of many talents. There's no doubt about that. However, while I'm sure you had already seen Novak perform that trick, I am not sure you have seen this other player do it. Yes, Casper Ruud is also capable of catching the ball right inside his pocket. That's a hidden talent.
Just missed the lob. And then catches.
Those were strange, I know. But there are some other situations that occurred on a tennis court that are even more out of context. For example, at the Melbourne Somerset in 2022, one of the events leading to the Australian Open, Riley Opelka had a memorable incident. He was playing his quarterfinals match against Maxime Cressy, when suddenly, a bird pooped on his hat.
There's on it, dude. Give it to me, please.
Riley's reaction was fun to watch, but the worst part is that he did not have a replacement hat. He only had one from one of his sponsors, which initially he was not allowed to wear because of the logo being too big. However, as the American argued, he was finally allowed to continue the match using that one. Not sure he would have been able to continue without a hat with his prominent mane. Another very weird incident happened in Washington at the 2018 DC Open second round. Noah Rubin, an American, was playing against countryman John Isner, when eventually, after receiving one of Isner's serves and trying to run forward, his shoe broke. Similar to what happened with Opelka, the match was delayed for a few minutes, in this case, until Rubin was able to go back to the locker room and get a new pair of shoes. None of the players could believe what had just happened and shared a few smiles. Something similar happened to Dolgopolov at the 2018 Australian Open, as he played the local Matthew Ebden in the second round. On his attempt to run forward after the Australian had played a drop shot, he lost one of his shoes.
He's lost his shoe.
As Dolgopolov was running towards the ball, the umpire called a let, but then reverted her call and wanted to award the point to Ebden, who had won it. Dolgopolov, angry with the decision, called the supervisor to argue that the point should be replayed. What do you think? Believe it or not, there are happenings that are even clumsier. For example, what happened to Marty Fish in Indian Wells in 2015, which went completely viral on social media at the time. The American was playing compatriot Ryan Harrison in the first round at the BNP Paribas Open, and in one of the points, the following situation happened. Marty was running to a very good drop shot by Harrison, but went a bit too far, to such an extent that he got over the next and got stuck. His rival had to help him out, showing some good sportsmanship. Even funnier is what happened to Damir Zumur on the grass at Queen's. In 2018, the Bosnian was playing his second round match at the prestigious event in London against Grigor Dimitrov when this happened. Running towards a great drop volley by Grigor, Zumur slid a bit too much and ended up sliding under the net. Grass is a tricky surface which very few have been able to master. Damir Zumur, seemingly, is not one of them. Strange that we haven't seen Gael Monfils on this video yet, right? Well, here he is. He had a very unusual situation during his first round match at the 2016 US Open, while he was playing Gilles Muller. Attempting to return a smash, he made an incredible jump like he has us accustomed to, but landed over one of the scoreboards at the back of the court. Not only did the board fall and break, but it almost caught his leg. It could have been catastrophic. Let's jump to some more action now. In that regard, tennis is a very rewarding sport. It provides great points every single week. However, today, we are taking a look at those that, for whatever reason, are not likely to ever be repeated. Take this one as an example. JJ Wolf was playing Stefanos Tsitsipas for the second round at the Miami Open in 2022, in what was a very entertaining encounter. There were many great points, but none was as good as this one.
No way!
JJ Wolf hit a wonderful forehand passing shot on the run with his unskillful hand. How clean that shot was is simply astonishing. If one didn't know JJ, it could easily mislead to thinking he is a lefty or ambidextrous, but he's not. Another great shot, not particularly as exciting as Wolf's pass, was executed by Andy Murray against Matteo Berrettini in their 2022 US Open third round encounter. They were playing in the afternoon when the visibility conditions on Arthur Ashe were not optimum due to the sun and shade. As Andy attempted to hit a smash, apparently he was not able to calculate it properly, and it resulted in this shot.
Wow! Totally mangled that smash.
An absolute shank, which ended up being a very effective drop shot. Not the most flashy shot at all, but if it was me, I'd have shanked that ball straight into the crowd. Keeping the topic, another one that hit a very atypical smash was Nick Kyrgios in Tokyo. It was in the quarterfinals of the 2016 edition of the tournament against Gilles Muller that Nick hit this beauty. You need some talent in order to hit that shot on purpose, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Besides Kyrgios, I'm not sure many other players can execute that shot. Simply amazing. Finally, before wrapping up this video, there's one last very unique shot worth featuring. And as we do so, we can also pay homage to this recently retired player. Yes, it's Pablo Cuevas, and his insane between-the-legs shot against Tsitsipas in the Estoril final in 2019. What a player Pablo was. Not many players have a better highlight reel than his. What do you think about these moments? How many of these did you see for the first time today? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss any of the upcoming ones. You can also check our past uploads for some great content. Without further ado, I'll catch you in the next one.